What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Still Talk Podcast. I'm your boy, Meech. This is Still Talk. Be sure to hit that like button, hop in the comments, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications, man. The goal is still set. 100 subscribers before the start of the season. Come on, y'all. Hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Look, even if you're not a Steelers fan, I'm with all the smoke. So get in the comment section, subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications, man. On today's episode, man, we got George Pickens out here talking crazy. Trade rumors with Terry McLaurin. He's seeking trade nowadays. And we're going to go over a little bit of training camp, man. It's been a couple days. I've been having stuff going on. Live football practice with the boys. And we're going to see cheerleading with the girls. But we got to recap it all, man. So I got George Pickens out here. He's still salty. And, hey, man. When you had your time here, what did you do with it? That's all I'm saying. Now, I love George. I was a big component for George. Advocate for George. George Pickens all day. George Pickens against the world. Y'all heard me last season. Look, the thing is, man, when you was here, man, you kept crashing out. You kept doing too much. Man. Look, and the thing is, nobody has to deal with you. I'm telling my brother this now. Nobody has to deal with you. Want to. Trust me, Dallas wants to. And you go and you do this. You do what you did in Pittsburgh and Dallas, man, you're out of there with no contract. So this I say your real last opportunity to really get a bag. Now maybe another team will take a flyer on you, but the numbers ain't gonna be that great. I tell you that. Numbers ain't gonna be that great. And everybody was like, well, we got rid of George. You got rid of Deontay Johnson. Look at Deontay Johnson. He quit on teams during in the season. From team to team to team. The last one before him, same thing. Chase Claypool, Antonio Brown, he had to wait one more day. He couldn't wait one more day before his crash out begun. So, but man, George Pickens said the Cowboys are more known for Super Bowls. And that's just crazy work. Their fan base, the camaraderie up there, down there in Dallas is way different from Pittsburgh, and that notion there alone, man, I just cannot agree with. And especially when this, I'm a little biased, y'all. It's the Cowboys, it's the Cowgirls. So the fact that you go to Dallas and you're like, Dallas is more known for Super Bowls than Pittsburgh, or the Dallas fan base is way better than Pittsburgh, and stop it, bro. First of all, it's all grit, all game, all Steelers, man. It's still a nation up there. You already know what time it is with them fans. And the fan base, me, gon' rock with you. Especially when you on our team. We gon' rock with you. No matter what, man. Everybody know George Pickens was a crash out. We knew it before he started playing NFL football. We knew it. What we do, still get behind George Pickens. Everybody, at least top 5 in talent-wise. Like, come on, bro. Come on, boy. 6 Super Bowls, man. We go to the playoff every year. Now, we've been losing those, but we go in there every year. Basically, that's guarantee for the playoff. You guarantee at that point, it's any given Sunday. For real. So, the Cowboys. I'm going to have to call my daughter's grandfather. Matter of fact, I'm going over there today. So, me and him going to have to talk about this. We're going to have to talk about this, man. The Dallas Cowboys fans, I know every year they going to the Super Bowl. So, hey, man, look, bro. Dallas need to worry about making it to the playoff and getting the NFC championship. We worried about winning them playoff games so we can get the AFC championship. There's a difference, bro. You still got to worry about getting there. Like, there's a difference, bro. Let's just stop it, bro. And if the Steelers ain't serious about winning Super Bowls, then why did they trade you? That's what I'm saying. Why did they trade you? Team chemistry is important. I don't want to say way more important, but it's important. The team chemistry in that locker room, what we always say, a coach don't want to lose the locker room. And man, nah. George, shut up, bro. At this point, listen to your boy Meese, man. Just shut up. Be quiet. You could have just said you like the city better. The vibes are better down there. You from the South, and you going back to the South. I would have rocked with that. How many times we don't sat here and said the Cowboys, they really not serious about it. Jerry Jones really not serious about winning. Based off of the moves that team made. Come on, man. There's a difference, bro. There's levels to this. Stop it. They worry about the star, the fanciness, the glitz and the glamour, the cheerleaders. Pittsburgh ain't got none of that. We got none of that. People looking at our stadium like, man, look, it's time for something. for something. Finally, the draft is coming here. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. But we're gonna go ahead and get up off of George because I'll be here all day with George Pickens, man. You my dog. Just like I said, just shut up, bro. Just shut up, bro. Sometimes your dogs need to tell you that. That's all I'm saying. It ain't nothing crazy, ain't no animosity. You just sometimes, hey, bro, just be quiet. Bro. All right, bro, you doing too much. If you ain't got friends that can tell you that, they ain't your real friends, bro. They ain't your real friends. So let's go on. Speaking of wide receiver, like I said, Terry McLaurin, he officially seeks trade. Broke the news. It's all over everywhere. People going crazy. I saw reports out there that Steelers are top contenders to get him. Yeah, I already told y'all how I feel. If all of that is true, Pittsburgh go get him. Omar Khan, go get him. Go get him. You go get that boy right now. You go get that man right now. So, do we go out of our way? I'm going to ask Steeler Nation this. Do y'all agree with me? Do we go out of our way? Trade some of our 2026 draft picks and throw Terry a contract. And throw him a contract. At the same time, we do have Aaron Rodgers. We made all these crazy ass moves this offseason, things that Pittsburgh have never done before. Omar Khan is in his bag. He's cooking. Mike Tomlin might be giving a little leash to Arthur Smith on the offense. That's what it's looking, especially at training camp. Because I'm seeing stuff we haven't done before. So, you brought in, like I said, you brought in Aaron Rodgers, got the 1-year deal, possibly another year if this season goes as planned. Trust me, if it go as planned, Aaron Rodgers is going to come back for another year. I don't think he's just ready to go ride off in the sunset. I think it depends on how this year goes for him and the team. So we'll see there. He traded for DK Metcalf, traded away Minka, brought in Jalen Ramsey, signed Darius Slay, also with the Minka trade, Jonnu Smith. So we made a lot of moves this year. A lot of turnover on the roster. Things we haven't done in previous years. So we also got this all-in mentality. This year nothing. Omar Khan was on Pat McAfee's show. Super Bowl is to go. Okay. My GM says Super Bowl is to go. So it's time to shape up. Get right. Super Bowl is to go. Terry McLaurin, he helps with that, man. And I think that's an all-in move. If you really want to be honest with you, tell me you brought in Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, and Terry McLaurin, and Jalen Ramsey, like I said, Darius Slay, and we're not going to the Super Bowl? You paid DK Metcalf $30 million. You signed TJ Watt, $108 million guaranteed, $123 million contract. You traded away Minka, was possibly one of the cornerstones on that defense. Probably should have retired a Steeler. If we just being honest, I don't think no Steeler fan would have disagreed with that statement on Minka Fitzpatrick. Now you sent him back home. Now he down there. He won a contract. Probably a good thing. We got rid of him. But I'm just saying. McLaurin definitely helps with that. And another thing he helps with, if we running into a shootout with Joe Shiesty and Icebox Chase, that's what I'm gonna call him. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and them Denver Bengals, T. Higgins, a shootout again like we did last year. Now we came on top. But let's be honest. That was a shocker to everybody. Russell Wilson went out there and threw for like 400 yards. That was a shocker to everybody. Terry McLaurin and DK Metcalf could at least give you 40. If Joe Shiesty and Icebox Shea put up 38, Terry and DK can at least give you 40. So that's like hedging your bets, man. Bringing in a Terry McLaurin. That's all it is, especially if a DK Metcalf goes down. I talked about the offensive line depth, but you also got to look at the wide receiver depth and production depth. Without a DK Metcalf, man, who we throwing the ball to? You could say a Calvin Austin, Robert Woods, or Roman Wilson. I'd rather take my chances with Calvin Austin and Robert Woods. So, that's a tremendous drop-off. And like I said, adding a Terry McLaurin definitely helps with that situation. Just keeping DK and DK goes down, you're not throwing the ball, and there goes your run game too. You might as well say there goes the season. Hey, defense, keep us in as much games as possible, and we're going to try to work our best magic. That's what that tells me at that point. So now Terry's going to want north of 30 with touch bases on it, up there with DK Metcalf. DK got 33. Maybe 31, maybe 32, 33, maybe right there with DK. $60 million in 2 wide receivers. Now you looking like the Bengals. At least you got a good defense. At least you got a good defense. Commanders are all in too, y'all. Remember, they went out. They got some protection for Jaden Daniels. You know, they might want a first round pick back for Terry. Maybe a second, 2/3, maybe a second and a player. They are all in. They're not just gonna let Terry just slide out the door. You're gonna have to give up something for him. So, like I said, second and Calvin Austin, I'm willing to do. Do I prefer to do that? No, I wouldn't. Give him a third with some pick swaps on the back end, you know, to spice it up. We got to pay the man. He's 30 years old. Now, we could probably give you a player back in return. You know, they need help on defense. We pretty stacked on defense and see where it goes from there. But, yeah, so just know you got to give us something, man. The production between both of them, you know, are about the same. Maybe a little bit better. If you really want numbers, the numbers don't lie. So if you own the number game, you got an argument maybe Terry a little bit better than DK. Just a little bit. If Terry got him in receiving yards and receptions, DK averaging about 14 yards and got more touchdowns. And on top of that, he's 2 years younger. Even though they've been in the league for the same amount of years. I think like 6 years or so. You know, came out of the same draft. Terry McLaurin, he played with, I would say, something like what the Steelers been having these past years. The inconsistencies at quarterback. You know, it's been up and down. Jaden Daniels just got there last year. But Terry been a 1,000-yard receiver every year he came in. DK hasn't. But at the same time, DK played with Russell Wilson, you know, future Hall of Famer. Terry didn't have that. He had to get it out the mud. So he had to grind. He had to work. Not saying DK didn't. But, you know, he really had to go get that. We'll see. It wouldn't shock me. The Steelers did not go and make any moves at all at wide receiver, you know? And quite honestly, I wouldn't be mad. Because that tells me, yeah, and it's kind of like what Omar Khan touched bases on. He said, we're trying to build and go for the Super Bowl without compromising the future. Okay, understandable. So if you're going to sit here and tell me we're going to stack our draft picks and we're going to work through the draft, because everybody's been saying the Steelers are old. Got a lot of older players over there. You know, we're going to need a future. And especially at quarterback. I'm not trading my first-round pick to nobody. So even if Washington is dead set on the first-round pick for Terry, all right, I'm out of it. So Steelers, let's just rock with what we got. You know, it ain't like it's straight trash. Calvin Austin has been getting better every year. Roman Wilson, come on now, coming out of that draft. Everybody's like, he going to be something. Robert Woods, that's here to go. You know, we're not really too concerned about him. He's not going to be here for the long haul. But those two right there, Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson, come on now. Definitely can make something shake. Definitely make some saves. And here's the thing. You can't tell me Robert Woods, Calvin Austin, and Roman Wilson cannot combine for at least 1,200 to 1,500 yards combined. You can't tell me that. Calvin going to at least give you about 700 of those. Off real. Calvin going to give you at least about 700 of those. So, we'll just have to see. And the other thing, I'm hearing some stuff. We got to get into that and might as well go ahead and jump over into training camp. But I'm hearing some things coming out of training camp. You know, how Roman Wilson is coming along. Calvin Austin is coming along. Jonnu Smith really getting incorporated into the Steelers offense. DK Metcalf finally had a breakout day. You know, we're hearing some things. So, like I said, great segue. We're going to go ahead and jump into training camp recap. Like I said, these guys been balling. The offense had a couple shaky days, you know, out there, but they bounced back. The Steelers defense got everybody sitting here. Oh, they the number one. You know, big bucks being spent. Big bucks being spent on that defense. So they gotta be. So yeah, training camp recap. It's been buzzing. Got some breakout fights. Thornhill, Smith getting into it. DK Metcalf was unhappy, pissed off. He got into it with Chuck Clark. I don't know if punches were thrown, but Hey, I don't know who was throwing punches, but I know punches were thrown. I do. I will tell you that, and I like it. I'm telling you, I like it. Iron sharpens iron, y'all. It gets tough out there on that football field. Training camp fights is a tale of old time, you know, and that's that grit that I think been missing. You know, I like to see it. Not the, let's have it on the field, but once we get off of here, we can talk about it. When we get back in the locker room, get a little testosterone release. Yeah, out there in that 95-degree weather, 100-degree weather. Storm's been crazy up there. They moved up practice one day for training camp to like 10 in the morning. Things been hectic. They couldn't do pads the first day of pads. So it's a tale of old time, man. Iron sharpen iron. It's happened. Blood boils, like I said, tensions. People get pissed off. It's the NFL. It's the NFL. You got a bunch of alpha dogs out there together. So if everybody out here thinking like, oh, the Steelers got so much drama, nah. Ain't no drama out there, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Part of the thing that's been missing, too, from the Steelers, it's something. You have Minka Fitzpatrick out here doing everything right. The golden child. Jalen Ramsey come in. And that's the thing. Jalen Ramsey was the guy to break it up. But the leadership role is different out there. These guys are getting, hey, look, you slacking right here. Getting on each other. All right, maybe he don't want to hear it that day. He hot. He uncomfortable. Like I said, DK Metcalf finally had a breakout day. He probably was pissed off, man. Look, I can't get nothing right. So, Chuck Clark got into it with him. Yeah, what's up, man? I'm over here now. And I'm here all for it. I'm here for it, man. Mike Tomlin. I think it was Aaron Rodgers said it on the Pat McAfee show. No, he don't condone fights, but if you fight, you better whoop his ass. I love it. This is football. This is football. All grit, all game, all still talk, baby. Let's go. Maybe this what, like I said, maybe this what we've been missing, man. Not enough fight. Not enough friction. Not enough spark. Not enough grit. The same old. The standard is a standard. Maybe the Steelers needed this offseason. A full reboot. That's why I said the Steelers are officially in a rebuild. There's no rebuilding and staying relevant anymore. No, either you're going to get it together this year or you're going to be irrelevant going forward until you get that quarterback and you actually start showing something. We are rebuilding right now. Right now. We are in the middle of a rebuild. And let your boy Meats be the first one to tell you if everybody keeps saying we're not. No, we are. We are. We've just been that good. We've just been that good. So, other highlights from training camp, man. Aaron Rodgers had his best day, balling out, throwing bombs to DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf, like I said, lit up as well. Roman Wilson had himself a day. You're seeing Calvin Austin emerge as the number 2 wide receiver. That's what I said. Calvin already going to give you at least 700 yards. So, and I said this on an earlier podcast, and I told my boy Big Jack with the Jumping in Jack podcast, I told him, look, all we really need is Calvin Austin to give us about 800 to 900 yards. If he can hit that tier and above, man, still a straight. You got your number 2. There's your number 2 right there. 800 to 900 yard receiver all day long. I will take it. It's just the O-line. O-line, you got to protect. So, as I said, Calvin Austin, he's emerging. And this is the thing I keep stressing about Calvin Austin. He has gotten better. Everything you ask Calvin Austin to do, he has done year to year. Calvin, you need to work on this. Calvin, you need to work on that. Calvin, you need to work on this. Hey, Calvin, this year, this is what we need out of you. And out there doing it. It's never too much pressure for him. Never too much pressure. I love the kid. But like I said, and y'all can sit there and say, oh, you love the kid, but you already get rid of him from Terry. Yeah, I will. There's a thing about production. And like I said, numbers don't lie. So, all right. Last year, you put up like 1,200 yards. Calvin didn't do that last year. Year before that, you put up like 1,100 yards. Calvin didn't do that the year before that. Production matters. And especially if we going all in for a Super Bowl. Them the ones you want. Now. I'm telling you. But Roman Wilson himself, he had himself a day. Moss and JP making some nice catches, Slay made up for getting cooked by Calvin Austin. He had a few pass breakups in the red zone. Smith, like I said, Smith was cooking. He got into it. So we did the 4 tight end personnel again. And maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. If I don't know this, y'all get in the comment section. Y'all let me know. But 4 tight end personnel again. And Smith was in the backfield getting handoffs, taking tosses again. He said, maybe I'm missing that. I did go back and look. He did do this in Tennessee with Arthur Smith to some degree of success. So maybe is that the key that I'm missing? But Smith coming in to take handoffs and tosses out the backfield, I wasn't expecting that when we got him in the trade. I wasn't expecting that. So maybe that's something I need to tune into. Will Howard. I seen his name all over the place. At first, it was a little shaky. I think he overthrew his first pass. Way overthrew. It was looking bad first couple passes, and then he started hitting people. Beautiful diamond. So, and that's something that you want to see. That's good to see from Will Howard. I remember Kenny Pickett was scared of Latrobe. Kenny Pickett was scared of Latrobe, man. And that's who you Browns fans out there that was talking in the comment section. All on Twitter. Go follow us. Go follow me everywhere on all social media platforms at StillTalk6. I do comment back. So that's for all you Browns fans out there. Kenny Pickett was scared of Latrobe. Mitch Trubisky was scared of Latrobe. Mason Rudolph took it on the chin, but he was a little shaky. So that's good news to hear from Will Howard, man. It ain't getting to him. He bounced right back. I do this. I'm Will Howard. Just overall, man, the offense had one of their better days, if not best day. So Joey Porter Jr. apparently too. He had a monstrous day. You know, Joey out there getting some too. I saw him making tackles, coming up, making tackles on the outside. Hey, he's getting after it. And what's really shocking is that he's acting like one of the big dogs out there. You know, playing with a Darius Slay and a Jalen Ramsey is not getting too big for him. It's not too much for him, you know, and that's a great sign. I'm telling you, that's a great sign. This is what I've been saying. If Joey didn't step up this year with Darius Slay and Jalen Ramsey in there with you, man, it was going to be major questions. It was going to be major questions with Joey Porter Jr. And me personally, I don't think I wouldn't want to, you know, I get it. Business is business. I do. Trust me, I do. I get it. Business is business. But at the same time, you about to induct his father into the Hall of Honor this year. And you got to keep Joey Porter, man. You got to keep JPJ. Make them both a Steeler legend. Father and son, both Steeler legends. But it's up to him. I get that, and I understand that. So, but the reports out there, man, he ain't missing no beat. And that's what we look for. That's what we're looking for. So Friday night lights today. Tonight, you know, it's still a football. We are officially here. Football season is officially here. This is the day that everybody looks forward to. Friday night lights in Latrobe, man. Friday night lights in Latrobe. If you haven't seen it, go see it, go watch, go tune in, whatever. Get on social media. I'm telling you, man, you will love it. And I'm going to be glued to it. Tonight, and we're going to go from there, y'all. We're going to go from there. Be sure, like I said, to go follow me everywhere on all social media platforms at StillTalk6. At StillTalk6. You already know why. 6 rings, baby. We're going for that 7. Let's go ahead and let's do it, y'all. Man, y'all get in the comment section, man. Let me know. What's some things y'all seen in training camp? What's some news and notes that I missed in training camp that y'all know about? Drop it in the comment section. Subscribe, man. Like I said, the goal is 100 subscribers before the start of this season. Come on, y'all. We can get there. 82 subscribers. We can get there. Turn on the bell notifications. Hit that like button. Share it to all your friends and families. Even if they don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers, so what? Tell them to get in the comment section and talk. They talk. Because your boy Meech with here with all the smoke. I'm telling you, I am. I'm here with all the smoke. So let's go, man. It's your boy Meech. I'm out of here. Y'all stay up and stay blessed.